Hunter, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh my gosh, I'm pretty good today. It's beautiful outside, so
I know.
that always helps.
It's so gorgeous. Are you in the East Coast? Are you on the East Coast or the West Coast?
I'm on the West Coast. I'm in LA.
Okay, good. Good. I know
Yeah.
it's finally nice here on the East Coast. Like it's been rainy and crazy.
Oh my gosh, how are you doing over there? My family's actually in on the East Coast. I'm from Rhode Island originally,
Oh, okay.
and yeah,
Yeah, we're hanging in
it's
there.
been crazy there.
I know, we're hanging in. We're
Sorry,
doing the best we can.
Oh, good. Oh my gosh, what crazy times.
I know, I know. I'm optimistic though. We will have a great outlook on life, once this is all done, and really hopefully have a lot of gratitude.
Yes, yes, I think absolutely. I think that it's always important in life in general to sort of try to find the silver linings. And I think that for me, it's been a great reset to really figure out what's important in life and to reconnect with people. And like honestly, these chats that I've been doing with like I feel so privileged and honored to be talking to you today and all these amazing women. And it's really been helping me not only be inspired, but, just getting through this. So,
Oh, good, good. Well, I'm so excited.
yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I thought we'd kick it off. I feel like we have so much to talk about, but I wanted to kick it off to talk a little bit about film because for all of
Yes.
you just joining us, I'm from Cherry Picks. We collect film reviews from female and non-binary film critics. And I'm talking to model, activist, and fashion designer Hunter McGrady. We're both mix, McCarthy, McGrady. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
So what films have sort of inspired you and given you comfort, not only sort of during this crazy time, but just in rough times in the past in general?
Gosh, so much. I mean, recently I have been obsessed with Honey Boy. Have you seen it with
I
Shia
have.
LaBeouf?
It's one of my favorites.
I thought that film was just so beautifully done, and I think that the message behind it is something that so many really need to see and hear right now, and I just thought it was really just wonderful. Gosh, I have, one of my favorites that like is my go-to and is kind of mindless is The Holiday.
Classic. Classic.
It's so mindless and so like, it's not like it's a critically acclaimed film, but it's just, it's every year I post it around Christmas time and people are like, oh my God, this is like my go-to when I'm feeling sad or, feeling down. So I've been watching that over and over again.
I honestly think that there's so many important film. I think like the phrase important film can mean so many different things. And it, like you said, it doesn't have to necessarily be critically acclaimed. These films, they give us all sorts of comfort in different ways. I personally love The Holiday. I don't know what it is. I think it's a mixture of the setting is just so cozy and warm and the characters. I think it's a beautiful little film. And I mean, I watch it all year round and I don't know that scene when she's in, what?
Me too. It's amazing though.
Yeah.
Like films have that capability to kind of transport you and, take you out of your current mindset. And it's like a good book, but you're seeing the story. And it's just, that's one of those that, they transport you to England or California, whatever, wherever it is. And it's just one of my faves.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that scene when Cameron Diaz goes to England and she has that aha moment of what the hell am I doing here?
Right.
And she goes to that like adorable bodega and she's already drinking the bottle of wine as she's checking out. And I really love that moment. And it's so weird, but I love even the sounds of the crinkly bag of chocolates. And
you're like, oh my God, it's like ASMR. You're like, I want that now. I feel like I'm eating that or drinking that. I feel like I'm there.
You're like, you are not alone, girl. We are here with you.
Yes, it's so true. It's like one of my favorites. Or when she starts crying, I'm like, oh my God, this is like, it's really lighthearted and special.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it has all my favorite actors in it. And yeah, I just adore that movie so much.
Yeah, and it's really refreshing to see. It's nice to see Kate Winslet in a comedy, like in a little bit of a lighthearted film, because she's so talented and she can play obviously such a range of characters. And
Yeah.
it's fun to just see her be like this sort of really relatable, down to earth woman.
Totally. It was so funny, actually. Titanic was on,
Oh,
gosh, I'm trying to think, like one of those channels the other day, and we had just finished watching The Holiday, and it was so wild to see the juxtaposition. She was so young in the Titanic, but to really hold all that emotion in that film, throughout that time, I mean, it's just so iconic. But to see her be able to play both those characters in such a iconic and perfect way, it's just
yes.
kudos to her. I mean, she's one of the greatest of all time, in my
I
opinion.
I agree. I absolutely adore her. I don't know why her and Leo aren't married. I know we all are
Yeah.
thinking it.
Right? Every time I'm like, why? You guys had so much chemistry. Like, it had to
Like,
be exuded off screen.
you clearly love each other. He like
Right?
walked you down the aisle. You're best friends.
I
I
know.
mean, come on, let's go. That's what we need right now. I think the world would be in a better place if the two of
Yes.
them just got together
PSA
in
to Kate
quarantine.
Winslet and Leo.
Exactly. Oh man. And yeah, so I love what's such good movies that you just mentioned, Honey Boy and The Holiday. And just to let you know, also the director of Honey Boy, Alma, she just did a listicle for us that's on our site of her go-to kind of comfort films right now.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go and
Yeah. So
it's
she,
incredible.
absolutely. Now I just want to watch The Holiday, and oh, just like cozy up. I know it's hot. It's like hot here today, but I just feel
Yeah.
like
I know,
that's
turn
the
on the
testament of
AC
how.
and make hot
Yeah,
cocoa.
that's exactly. Well, that's a testament of how great and fun the film is. That it's, I'm sweating right now, and it's 90 degrees out, and I'm like, bring me the snow. It's fine.
Totally. And I think, it is such a testament. And I've had such an appreciation for, television and film for so long. My dad's an actor. So, we grew up watching, films. That was my Friday and Saturday nights. I didn't
Yeah.
want to go out with friends. I wanted to stay home with dad and watch, a bunch of different films. Granted, there are some categories I don't love, but, it was just a wonderful time.
That's really beautiful. And so let me ask you a question. So you're a fashion designer and a model. There's so many beautiful costumes and so many cool outfits that we've seen throughout the history of film. Are there a few in particular that really stood out to you when you're younger, or now that inspire you that you've seen recently in film?
Gosh, I have to say, I always love like the Jane Eyre type,
Ooh.
you know, outfits and stuff like that. I also really love Pirates of the Caribbean, or Caribbean, however you want to say,
Mm-hmm.
growing up. And I just thought I wanted to be Keira Knightley so bad that like I would want to dress like her. I wanted to look like her.
Mm-hmm.
They just really transport you to that time. I'm also really into just like how incredible special effects are right now. My husband is super into all the Marvel films. He's into, as
Oh yeah.
anyone is. And I'm always just enamored by the special effects, by their costuming, by set design. And there's so many roles that come together and play a part in making this fantastical movie and feeling for the audience.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I love it's so funny. You just kind of talked about one of my two favorite film genres, like the historical period dramas like the Sense and Sensibilities, bring it back to Kate,
Yeah.
Jane Eyre, and I love comic book films. Are you a big fan of sort of like the female comic book hero, like the Wonder Woman and the Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel is like one of my favorite movies of all time. I think that like she played it so wonderfully, and she's such a badass chick. And I just, it's been so nice to finally see a female hero. I think, historically we've seen, the woman get saved by the male and so many different, settings, whether it's a princess or, the damsel in distress, and that's great. But it was so nice to see a female hero.
I agree. And I love too that in Captain Marvel, first of all, I love that it sort of takes place in the night. It's very grungy vibe, which is really cool and different. And I love how there's not really, they don't really talk, there's not really a romance in that film. Like you said, like she's not dependent on a man. It's really a lot of the importance of the female relationships in her life with her co-pilot, and I really loved that about it.
And I also
it can be like a heartfelt.
Yeah, I also love that in the Black Panther, how they really had like all the girls in Wakanda were so powerful. Like they held so much of that power for everybody, and it was just like, it's just cool to see. I have a 9-year-old stepdaughter, and that's Captain Marvel is her favorite, and all the girls in Wakanda who loves Batgirl comics. And it's important for us to raise our kids up to see that women can be heroes too.
Absolutely. Do you feel like when you were younger, you didn't see that as much and you were kind of missing it? Or did you feel like, did you feel that kind of void?
Yeah, you look at, you look back to even, the princesses like Ariel, and, Eric saves Ariel, and you have Snow White, you have, you have Cinderella, you have Sleeping Beauty, you have these women who are when you're a little girl, you're pretty much like, I want to be like her, but she always has a man saving her, and she always has a man bailing her out, and she couldn't have done it without him, and so that's kind of the way that we grew up looking at that, and whether we knew what was going on or not, our minds were programming that, subconsciously.
Absolutely. That's so true. And it's like, I think that because we didn't see like our relationships back then on the exterior felt very traditional in film, and it was, as a woman, it was, you kind of had this inner turmoil of, not wanting to be put down and wanting to be strong, but at the same time being confused because you're thinking, well, I'm a woman, I can't do that by myself, or I need to depend on a man. And that's kind of added a lot of, like back and forth. At least for me, I was always thinking like, wait, can I be doing this? Should I be doing
this? Totally. It just goes back to, how important it is what we watch and what we see. Really, it affects the way that we think. It affects the way that we think about others, and affects the way that we think about ourselves. And, it's important to feed our brain good stuff.
Absolutely. And that's what you do. Such an incredible job at feeding the brain good stuff in your career in life. I want to congratulate you on your size inclusive fashion line.
Thank you.
Allworthy, which is incredible. And so you've partnered with QVC, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. And all of the clothing is available in sizes XX small to 5X. Yes. So a great range. And from what I gathered, the name Allworthy comes from the hashtag that you created a few years ago that coincided with your Sports Illustrated cover. And so I want to know a little bit about, how did it feel not only as a career, achievement being on the cover of Sports Illustrated, but also to create and be responsible for such a powerful and inspiring sort of global and social message?
Yeah, gosh, when I was in Sports Illustrated for the first time, I knew that it wasn't just going to be something wonderful for myself and my career. I knew more importantly it was going to be something spectacular for women everywhere, because I think all of us really need diversity right now. We need to see different body types. We need to see different races. We need to see, different genders being or non-binary. We need to see more of this on our magazines, film and television. The list goes on. And so that was a really proud moment for me, because I thought, I hope that someone who's my size or maybe looks like me can open this and go, wow, I relate to her and I really feel beautiful seeing this. And, it was such a powerful and important message I wanted to get out there. And, that's kind of how I've relayed that into, my career and my clothing line. And, I want everyone to just know how worthy they are and how beautiful they are. And we're all worthy of success, and we're worthy of feeling confident. We're worthy of empowerment. We're worthy of all these wonderful things. And, we just have to give ourselves that grace to allow that into our lives, and so that was kind of the intention behind my clothing line, behind my career, behind everything that I do.
Yeah, you're kind of like the Captain Marvel of the fashion world.
Oh my gosh, what a compliment.
Absolutely. Oh man, you should do sort of like I don't know, I'm seeing like,
oh, I would love like a
cross-pollination.
Yes. Oh, that'd be awesome. Like some like badass female empowerment, ex Captain Marvel, something or another.
I mean, it's amazing. But like, just, it's the same thing that we were just talking about though in film, how like you and I, when we were younger, we didn't see these sort of representations in all facets of life. And it was really damaging in, all departments for a lot of women. And how wonderful that times are changing, and we can see these representations. And it's important not only to talk about it, but like you said, to actually see it, because that's to implement it in society. And you started modeling at a very young age, right?
Yes, I started modeling when I was 16 years old.
Oh, wow. And that must have been a crazy industry to be in at that time of your life, when you're so young and impressionable. But it seems like it seemed like you not soon after decided to be a plus size model and make that change, right? And what an amazing realization, and to have that confidence as such a young woman to say, I'm going to do this, and this is okay, and this is beautiful, and to be an example of that. Can you just talk a little bit about that journey?
Yeah, so I started modeling when I was 16, and I was about a size 2, and I'm 6 feet tall, which is much different than I am now. I'm a size 18 now. And I started as what they call in the industry a straight size model. I do quotations because labels,
Yeah.
But I just couldn't keep up with that. I couldn't keep up with that standard that they were asking of me, and it just wasn't in my DNA to stay that small. And I could not keep up with it. And so finally I got so fed up, and I was like, you know what, if this is what the dream of modeling is going to be, then, I just can't have a part in that. And it's just not something that I can, it's just not something I wanted to do. It didn't, I didn't feel right. I developed extreme depression, extreme anxiety, and fast forward to me being 19, I learned about plus size modeling, and I learned about what that meant and what that looked like. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be a part of that. I want to, that is so glamorous and beautiful to me. And this is an opportunity then to, be myself and make my dream a reality.
Yeah.
So, it was kind of off to the races from there once I got signed with an agency as a plus size model. And through that journey, I had really learned to love myself, love to learn everything that I had to offer, and also learn that I was so much more than my outer appearance. I was so much more than my body. I was so much more. And that was okay. And, you know, I knew it was going to be a fight to kind of like make my way in, but I was willing to put up that fight.
Oh, wow. Again, the Captain Marvel of modeling. I'm like having chills. I'm like, this is a story that needs to be told across the world. This is such a beautiful journey.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, it was like kicking ass, taking names.
So much.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, here's a question. Here's a fun question, because I'm going to keep talking about Captain Marvel. So if you were the Captain Marvel of the, you know, the modeling world, who would be, or what would be your sidekick? Like, you know you know what I mean? How every superhero film has a sidekick, or
like who would it be as a person or in the Marvel universe?
Ooh. Whichever you think is more fun to answer.
My sidekick, as a person, if I had anyone to choose, would be Oprah.
Oh, great choice.
She would just be like my badass. Like we would be equals though. Like she would, you know what I mean?
Oh, I like that. Yeah, like a team, like a true team. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm like loving this so much.
Who would you pick? I know. I'm putting you on the spot now.
Oh boy. Ooh, you know who I just like adore? I adore Jessica Chastain.
Oh, I'm obsessed.
I think I just need her to be my sidekick / team member, just so we can become best friends and like hang out all the time.
She's amazing. Have you seen Molly's Game?
Yes. Oof.
She was Molly in that, right? If I'm correct.
Yeah.
She's amazing in that. I mean, like, it was just, she did beautiful in that.
And she's another chameleon, like, just like Kate. It's like you don't recognize her from role to role. And I remember one of the first movies I saw her in was Tree of Life, and she was so ethereal and graceful and nurturing. And then I saw her in The Help, and she was so, you didn't even recognize her, like her whole physicality changed, and she just brings so much to all of her roles, and I absolutely adore her. And also, she's such an advocate for women in film, and she really pushes that agenda. And I feel like she's toes that line beautifully between being sort of respectful and polite, but also not taking shit from anyone. Totally. You know, I just like really admire that about her.
She's a badass babe.
She's such a badass babe. There's so many badass babes in the world, like you and Oprah and Jessica. there's so many. It's just such a, I mean, honestly, it's surprising to me that we're just now sort of seeing in culture these sort of like girl gang films, these girl gang stories, because really in history, there's always been this sort of bandit of women that have come together from, you know, all places, all shapes, all sizes. And it's, I don't know, that's what I hope that there's a lot of scripts and all sorts of things being created right now in quarantine that sort of amplify that.
I agree. That would be amazing. I would love like 2021 and 2022 to just be full of some badass,
just like the year of the women. I mean, like, come on, we haven't even gotten our female anything. Like, let's go.
I know, it's time.
It really is. Oh gosh. So here's sort of a quarantine question that might be a little difficult to answer, but when life sort of goes back to semi-normal, I know that the future is very unpredictable. Where's the first place you're gonna go?
Oh gosh, you know, something as simple as Starbucks.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's not even for the fact that, like, you know, it's like a frivolous, you know, thing to buy, but like I'm so, like, I see them so often, everyone in there, and my girls who work behind the counter, they know my drink when I go in. They make me so happy. It's just, I can't wait to have that like normal camaraderie again.
Absolutely. Like to be a regular again, to kind of have that. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't wait to go and visit my family in LA and just see my friends, go to a dinner. It's the little things we really took for granted.
Absolutely. I could not agree more. It's so funny because my husband asked me that question about a week ago, and I had to sort of stop and think for a second. And my answer was very similar. I was just like, honestly, I'm just excited to not think about it when I run an errand.
Right.
Like just to go to a grocery store and just sort of meander around the veggies, or just to go over to a friend's house to watch a movie or to get takeout, like simple things. And I think that to bring it back full circle to what you said in the beginning of, a time to remember not to take advantage of things and to be thankful. And I think we're kind of learning during this that the things we miss the most are the simplest things.
Yeah, they really are, and the things that we thought we needed, we really don't need anymore. They're really just something that's silly, and it's not a necessity. And, I hope that we all come out of this, thinking that, with our eyes wide open and our hearts wide open and feeling really, really good.
Absolutely. To wrap it up, what do we have to look forward to from you next? Are we getting a 2021 line? Or
so I have Allworthy's available on QVC.com right now. We have more dropping May 1st and the end of May, and then throughout the entire year we have more dropping from Allworthy. So excited. I've been working so hard on it. And also, Sports Illustrated swimsuit. I just shot my 4th season and it will be coming out eventually. I'm not sure exactly the date, but it will be coming out. So I know I'm looking forward to that as well.
Amazing. Yes. What's your favorite piece from the collection? Do you have one?
Oh, they're all like my babies. It's so hard to choose because each one I've had like a vision for, and they really came from my mind to paper, and like to have them tangible. I'm like, oh my God, how could I love you any more than the next one? We have really great kimono toppers that are coming May 1st that I'm like, I have been living in because they've made me feel a little more glamorous at home.
Yeah.
But each piece is just my child.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And I think it's, one of the things right now, it seems funny, but I think sort of what you're putting on right now in this quarantine sort of can make or break how you're sort of feeling for the day.
Oh my gosh, 100%. Right? I've been like trying to do my hair and makeup as often as possible because I feel so much more productive. Granted, there's days where I don't even want to get out of bed, which is fine too. But yeah, what you're putting on and the way that you're taking this, we have the ability to either take this and stride and really, take a bite out of this and be optimistic during this time, or not. So,
absolutely,
it's important to stay on top of it.
Absolutely. And get some amazing outfits. Go to QVC.com, shop Allworthy. I know I'm going to. I'm so excited.
Oh, amazing.
This was so lovely. It was really, really nice and refreshing talking to you. And I hope you enjoyed today. And I'm so excited to see what's coming on May 1st in your line. And I'm going to go watch The Holiday. I don't know about you, but.
Yes, same girl. Thank you
Captain
so much.
Marvel. I don't know.
Or both.
Or both. Hey, I've got the time.
Amazing. This was so fun. Thanks, girl.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And I hope I can see you again soon. And we would love to just chat with you again. Cherry Picks loves you. So thank you. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you. Mom.
Stay safe, okay? Bye.